You are listening to Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast with your host, Michael Peterson.
Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast, and today is September 11th, 2025, and isn't it a hypocritical time to be alive? If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe, then head on over to youtube.com/hellocupcakeitsme to check out the YouTube channel that is updated every Wednesday and Saturday. Also, go give the blog some love at hellocupcakeitsme.com, and make sure you follow me on all the different social medias, including TikTok for TikTok Tuesdays. And if you would like to check out my book, Carpe Diem Scroto, 365 Daily Affirmations, you can do so by going to www.cdsthebook.com. So, how is everyone doing today? At the time of recording this, it is still fairly early in the morning. It is about 7:30 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time, and it is wondrously foggy outside. And I love, love, love the fog. When I was little, growing up in Southern California, 9 times out of 10 in the morning, it would be super foggy, and it was just like a mystical wonderland for me to walk to school in the fog. And it meant that, you know, I could just kind of sneak around, and I don't know, just it was always just a very magical time for me. So the fog holds some reverence in my universe and how I just how I view it. So anyways, a lot of interesting stuff happening in the news. This is going to get political for just a second, and you guys know I hate politics, but the whole Charlie Kirth, whatever his last name was, I had no idea who the hell this person was until I saw my time feed being flooded last night with just all of the stuff that this person did during their lifetime. And I watched the video of him being unalived, and I was just like, huh, okay, whatever. And then I went and I actually looked him up to see what it was all about. And the more I read, the more disgusted I became with this person. Um, I'm taking the stand that I really don't give a damn about what has happened to him. And this may cause me to have new followers, or this may cause me to lose followers. Now, I preference all of this by saying that when I say I don't give a damn, I care about the fact that his family is going to suffer, that they lost a husband and a father. Above and beyond that, I really just don't care. You can't be somebody who is spewing hateful, negative stuff all the time, saying the things that he said, doing the things that he did, talking about, like, oh, we should be able to marry 12-year-old girls and all this other stuff so we can groom them to be proper ladies or whatever, stuff like that. No, I don't care. And I know that it should elicit a different response in me, in the fact that we just watched somebody get murked on live unedited video. But I it doesn't it it's not bothering me. So for those of you who were bothered by it, I'm sorry that this random warrior of justice, or whatever you think that he is, was taken from you. But at the same time, he, like so many other people, clapped for when Nancy Pelosi's husband was beaten with a hammer, when the other two people were shot and killed in their bed and stuff like that. So I don't know. If there is a higher power out there in the universe, may both of them, both the person who committed the act and the person who suffered from the act being committed on him, be judged accordingly. But outside of that, I have no empathy or sympathy, just like he said he had no empathy or sympathy. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Um, Yesterday, I went to get out of bed and my back was completely out of alignment. I have no freaking clue as to what I did, just that I went to get up out of bed and I felt like half my body was shifted to the left and the other half of my body was shifted to the right. And at first I thought that I had thrown my back out. And I'm like, I can't imagine what I did in the middle of the night to throw my back out. So I took a couple of steps to get to the door, and by the time I got to the door, I was in absolute tears. And I just planted my feet and I tried to stand upright the best that I could. And in doing so, I felt my entire lower back make this popping, crunching, bendy straw, bone on bone grinding sound, and it popped right back into place. And the pain was almost instantaneously gone. This morning, waking up, a very mild version of that. So I don't know if I'm sleeping wrong, if I am in the at night turning over weird, because I already sleep weird as it is. I sleep a lot of times on my stomach with my hips turned to the side, and I also sleep at an angle a lot of times, so my head is elevated where my legs are down below me. So I don't know. All I know is I don't want to be this level of old where getting a good night's sleep fucks me up. But because of it, I did not do much of anything last night, or yesterday. Like, I didn't do any of my walking or what have you, because I was just in too much pain, and I made the decision that I needed to take it kind of slow. Um, the fact that we are at September 11th already, and I am in the process of doing my fall 50 challenge with myadventurechallenge.com. I'm at I'm just at above 17 miles. I think I'm at 17 miles and 17.11 miles. So I think I'm doing good, and that I'm going to still be on track for that. Tuesday, I finished my 5 mile swim for the American Cancer Society, so I felt really good about that. And I think that's kind of where everything started. Was when I got out of the pool, I was in a lot of pain in my lower back, but I thought, you know what? You just swam a mile. Of course you are, you dumbass. So we'll see how today goes, and I'm not going to really push myself all that far. I'm still going to try to do a mile, but if I get a full mile in, awesome. If not, awesome. Uh, but yeah, the other thing that I've been doing, I think I mentioned this last Thursday when I did the podcast, is that I have been working on my other books. And it's been kind of a struggle for me to get through these next two books, because uh, the second part of the Carpe Diem series is very analytical and a little bit more professional, and just kind of like the meat and potatoes of, okay, so you are dealing with depression. This is what's going on. Here's the clinic. Here's the clinical terms. Here's, more of the psychology and what have you of this particular symptom. Here are exercises to help you combat that, and so on and so forth. So that's taken a little bit longer for me to get through, because I'm having to call upon a lot of the teaching and the analytics and all that other stuff that I have done in my own mental health research, and just trying to get that situated in a very cohesive, very understanding way, without it like being too simplified and without it being too complicated for the average reader. So having kind of a hard time with that, and I may need to uh, run some stuff through ChatGPT to help me get the right tone situated, um, because with Carpe Diem Scroto, things are very real world, down to earth, whatever you want to call it. So I don't want to lose the audience, and I don't want to lose the reader in something that is going to come across like a college textbook. And that's not my intention. I want to keep things very simple. I want to keep things very safe, very sterile, very, just like conversational. The other book that I'm working on is it's actually got two different titles, and I don't know which one I'm going to stick with, but it's the toxic, or the healed child and the toxic environment, or the healing child and the toxic parent. Um I kind of like both, but I know that I can't have both, so it's going to be a very like last minute coin toss to try to figure out which one of those that I'm going to be going with. That one is very, very, very personal for me, because I am calling upon real world situations, real world life stories and just um, taking situations, stories, and things that I have dealt with in my life, picking that scab and like digging into that wound to make this book, and then utilizing real time people that are still alive and that I have witnessed these actions or interactions happening with, and just trying to culminate and make it all work together, and changing it just enough that the people involved are not directly named, but I'm sure when and if they ever do read my book, they'll understand what is being said. Um, and that may cause me some problems, but you know, at the same time, the fact that it's being written about is something that they need to look at, because in all honesty, some of the situations that I talk about, CPS needs to be involved. And it's just one of those things that I have not been able to reconciliate with myself. And I also have a very love hate relationship with the entirety of CPS and just how horrible they actually are. Um, they're good for the most part in that, when they first started off, they were all about protecting the child. Now it seems like they are more of a weaponized militia that is there to cause harm and is nothing more than a human trafficking rink at this point. But that's my own personal opinions. Other people may have other opinions of it or whatever, but yeah. So it's taking a lot out of me to write about that book as well. And I'm starting to think that I should focus on the other two literary projects that I have going on. One of them is going to be a compendium of short stories, and then and another one is a novel. So the novel is it's a fictional character, and that one is taking a lot of energy also, because I'm doing research about what roadways were, what radio stations there were, what kind of music was on the radio. Um, was that a radio station that switched from AM to FM? Stuff like that. What kind of weather patterns were happening on, we'll just say, uh, July 14th, 1971 in downtown Chicago. What was the weather like then? Uh, what was the Chicago landscape like in 1971? Was the Chrysler building even built yet? Stuff like that. So, um, it's a very ambitious project, and I'm having a lot of fun with that one. Um, I have an entire like manila envelope filled with just different factoids and um, geographical maps and survey markers and all that other stuff, and news clippings from various times, um, from the 1940s all the way up to, I think it's 1986, 87. So I'm working all of that into the storyline as well. So yeah, a lot of creative writing projects going on. And what else is happening? I have gotten a couple of new Funko Pop. I know I don't talk about my Funko Pop collection all that often, but I think I'm now sitting at 667, I believe it is. Or if not, I'm somewhere between 660 and 667. And I know that it's an easy thing for me to look up really quickly, but um yeah, so my sister got me some a few weeks ago, and they're not exactly the Funko Pop that I typically collect, but it was still kind of cool of her to do that for me. And okay, I just looked it up right now, and I am sitting at 685. So um yeah, but I got a Batman that is unmasked, and it's the Michael Keaton Batman from the Flash movie. And I really wish that it would have been like a Batman in a Batman box, but I got him for like a song and a dance, so I was really happy about that. Um, I never really cared for the 8-bit Funko Pop, um, but I have a small collective of those now. I have Raiden, I have Green Goblin, Jubilee from X-Men 97, Magneto from X-Men 97, Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, and I want to say Thor. And then I have He-Man from He-Man and the Ninja Turtles, and um, one of the characters from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Um, I can't remember his name right offhand, but they took his dad's car. So yeah, and then I think I have another one coming in the mail in the next day or two. And they just re-released an entire new Buffy the Vampire Slayer line. So of course I'm gonna have to get her because I was a huge Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, and one of them is Dark or Vampire Willow. I wish that they had a Dark Willow one. That would have been awesome. But um, anyways, yeah. So um, I can't believe that Buffy the Vampire Slayer is over 25 years old now, and that they're doing a reboot. And I'm really excited about that. And I hope that Josh, what is his last name? Josh Whedon, I think it is. I hope he's taking it back up because he was an amazing producer for that series. And yeah, uh, so that's pretty much it in my geeky universe. Um, and then I've been listening to a couple of different audiobooks. One that I'm listening to while I'm out walking and doing all of my exercises and stuff is Anna Kendrick's Scrappy Little Nobody. And I absolutely love her. And if you don't know who she is right off the bat, Anna Kendrick played Becca in Pitch Perfect. Or if you didn't see Pitch Perfect and you saw Twilight, she was one of Bella's friends when they went to Port Angeles to go prom shopping. She was kind of like the little mousy girl, and I think she played the valedictorian in the movie at the end of the graduation, and so she was in, I think, all four of the movies at one point or another. But yeah, anyways, I just absolutely love her. I think she's amazing, and she reads the book, which again I think is pretty cool and amazing because she, with her being the author, she knows where to put the inflections and how to tell the story, and it just sounds better coming directly from her. And so I'm finding myself like getting really involved with the book and just kind of zoning out and not even realizing that I'm walking 2 or 3 miles. And then when I'm at home, just kind of putzing around the house, I'm listening to Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe by Fanny Flagg. And I've always loved that movie, but listening to the book and how much was omitted from the movie makes me love it even more. So, uh, do you guys listen to books? Do you like, what books do you recommend? Um, I'm usually down for pretty much anything. I was thinking about revisiting the Anne Rice Vampire Chronicles, but I'm not sure if I want to go through all 20 some odd books that she's written. But anyways, um, I am going to go ahead and wrap this up now, and I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. Um, Remember, you're doing the best you can with what you have available to you. Don't add to the population, don't subtract to the population, and have a great weekend. Talk to you next time, guys. Bye, everyone. Boop.
Hey you! Tired of mental health books that feel like homework or therapy sessions in disguise? Carpe Diem Scroto is not that book. Written by author Michael Peterson, utilizing his own personal mental health journey, it's your daily dose of clarity, humor, and healing, designed to meet you exactly where you are. Whether you're sipping coffee in chaos or taking a quiet minute for yourself, this book gives you real, raw tools to reframe your day, your mindset, and your life. Unlike anything else on the market, Carpe Diem Scroto blends personal storytelling, practical mental health strategies, and a keep-it-real attitude that makes self-work feel like self-empowerment. Use it daily, share it with a friend, or grow at your own pace. Ready to reclaim your day with bite-sized brilliance? Head to www.cdsthebook.com to grab your copy or learn more.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You have been listening to Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast with your host, Michael Peterson. Please make sure to check back often as new episodes are released bi-weekly. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to send a message to hellocupcakeitsme@gmail.com. And until next time, stay happy, safe, and keep doing the best you can with what you have been given.